All right, so in this vlog, we are making another mixed drink and we're talking about Leos. So stay tuned.
Mom, play me like a symphony. Call my phone and I'll be on the way. No, you got them big eyes when they lock mine. I lose feeling in my knees. Got my hands tied, I can't reply. Put my phone on D&D. You got that. Don't need no one on the side. It's you I'm fucking with. You don't know what you did to me. Your body lightweight speaks to me. You don't know what you did to me. Your body lightweight speaks to me. No.
Your body lightweight speaks to me.
You don't know what you did to me. Yeah, you got me right.
Brew.
All right, so it's nighttime now, and after I got my car washed, I went to Walmart and I grocery shopped. And now I'm back home. All the groceries are put away, kids are fed. I don't know what time it is, but it's late. So I'm about to make our Leo inspired drink. Now, this drink looks like tequila sunrise, but it does not taste like tequila sunrise because of the coconut rum. So I want to make my drink and talk about Leo's a little bit, and also my Leo ex, because he made a big impact on me and I think about him sometimes, but there's a twist to that story. But anyways, we'll get into that later. But I'm about to make this drink. All right, so this is the cup I'm using. I did not get a bartender set yet, so I will soon. But anyways, the recipe is brown or gold rum and coconut rum. And these are kind of cheap. One was like $8, one was $11. So they said to put in about 2 ounces of, let me check it again. And I'm eyeballing this because I don't really have anything to measure. I about know what an ounce look like, what 2 ounce, what a 3 ounce look like. Let's see. So 1 ounce of coconut rum, 1.5 ounces of dark rum, and it says 3 ounces of orange juice, and it said pineapple drink. This thing. All right, so yeah, I don't have a measuring cup, so I'm gonna eyeball this. So they said 1 ounce and then 1.5 ounce, so that's not very much. So that's coconut. Brown rum, gold rum, and orange juice. I just got Sunny D, about 4 ounces. Pineapple juice. I got pineapple mango. I like this. I'm eyeballing. And ice. Oh, let me stir it around a little bit. Stir it around a little bit. Ice. And then it says to slowly pour in grenadine syrup. They said a dash of grenadine, but I like the color. Makes it very pretty. And that's our drink. Now it wants you to garnish it with blueberries and a slice of lime. I didn't get any of those because I don't eat blueberries. So I didn't want to get a whole carton of blueberries just for a garnish. I could have got a lime, but I skipped the garnish. Y'all can do that if you want to. I think it's pretty with the grenadine. It's Leo inspired. It looks like tequila sunrise, but it does not taste like tequila sunrise because of the coconut rum. So I'm guessing it's Leo inspired because of the color, the orange and the yellows, you know, lions. So yeah, quick drink. Any drink I make, you know, at this point, it's gonna be something easy. You know, a few ingredients. I'm just beginning my little wannabe bartender thing I got going on. But anyways, that's the drink. If you want to try it, I'm gonna have, well, on my YouTube channel, I will have a link in the description. But I don't know if I can do it on TikTok. So anyways, that's the drink. You want to try it, I will have the information below. Thanks for watching. Bye. All right, so welcome to my little chit chat about Leos in spirit of Leo season. And happy birthday, Leos. So I grew up with a bunch of well, not a bunch, my aunt, my cousin, but both of my aunts and my cousin are Leos. So I grew up around them. They were like, you know, they aunties, so second moms, you know. My mom's a Taurus, so I've been raised by very strong women, very stubborn women, very go getter type of women. Okay. Anyways, so I know a little bit about Leos, and then I had a Leo ex that was pretty significant in my life, but I didn't realize it at the time because I was a teenager. So anyways, so being raised by Leo women, very strong. Sometimes they can be mean, actually. As a child, they can be mean, but you know, single mothers, they have a lot of a lot of stuff on their shoulders, so their patience is it can be kind of short, you know. You know, so but they taught me, all of them, they taught me to speak up as a woman. You know, thinking back about my childhood, speak up, don't bite your tongue, say what you're thinking. Don't let nobody run over you, don't let nobody punk you. Like, be ready to fucking, and Leos are like that, like they ready to go. Okay, like don't you say nothing slick. Like they actually want you to say something slick. They waiting for you to say something slick. Because they want to give you all this fucking attitude. They want to give you the business. Please give me a reason to give you the business. Like, that's the kind of energy they bring, especially for women. My mom, as a Taurus, she's a slow boil. Okay? Very slow. But don't fuck with her either. You keep pushing her, she gonna blow up. And you don't, and that's an energy you don't want to fucking have a issue with, because she put up with you for a long time. You know, that's the thing. That's the difference between my mom and my aunts. You know, as soon as you say something wrong, we on your ass. They on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But my mom, she took some shit from you for a minute before she blew up on you. And now can't nobody hold her off. Can't nobody pull her off of you now. Like, it's done. It's done. You done reached the limit. That's it. It's over for you. That's it. Like, whatever. If my mom goes off on you and she's to the point where she whooping your ass or cussing you out, you deserved it. You deserved it, because my mom ain't like that. You know, she'll more than likely let shit slide. You know, But and I done seen them go to blows too, my mom and my aunt. And she'll come up out her bag on you too, even though she kind of laid back. But I was raised by a lot of strong women. But anyways, so getting to my Leo ex, the reason he has made a mark on me because he didn't play about me. Like, he was the only, I can't say the only one, the Cancer guy that I was with. And maybe the Aquarius, but we've never been put in that situation. But the Cancer guy, he didn't play about me. And the Leo guy definitely did not play about me. You know, and he went to the beat of his own drum. And he was actually, he wasn't really a popular dude. Because at one point, he was going to a different high school. And then he switched and came to my high school. And I was kind of, I ain't gonna front, I was kind of ashamed of him because he was kind of ugly. And and the thing is, we went to school at elementary school. He was maybe a couple years older than me. And I thought he was cute when I was little. I was like in fifth grade. No, I was in third grade. He was in fifth grade. And he used to do these like Martin Luther King impressions. And that's when I saw him. I was like, damn, he's kind of cute. He was cockeyed, you know. He was cockeyed. He had this like funny shaped head, but it was something about him, you know. And I guess that was like the Leo quality. It's the Leo quality of this air of grandeur. This, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. You know, it's just it's a energy, you know, that they bring that makes them attractive and charming, even though they might be ugly. Ugly in a you know, mainstream sense or whatever. Anyways, so I found some attractiveness in him, and he was strong, and he was very masculine and manly. He wasn't no punk, and he was not trying to fit in. He was not trying to appease anybody, even as a teenager. Like, he did his own thing. Homeboy was on his own wave. And that is something that I can appreciate now. But anyways, so how did I meet him? Damn, I don't remember. It was through school. I can't remember where I saw him again at. It's so long ago. But anyways, yeah, so I don't remember how. I think maybe I met him through a friend or something like that. Like, she had met somebody and hooked me up with his friend or something. Anyways, so I got back in touch with him, and I'm like 15, 16. I'm a teenager, really. And no, I'm over 16. I'm at least 16, 17 years old, because I got with him after my, like, first, the person I gave my virginity to. I was with him after that person. So I was about 16, 17. And anyways, so, you know, I had told him about my past, what I went through with my ex. The guy that I gave my virginity to, it was some domestic, you know, he was kind of abusive to me. And I won't say kind of, he was. He did put his hands on me. He had anger issues and shit like that. So I had told him about that. You know how you talk to your new person. You talk about your past and past relationships and things you've been through. And we were able to talk on the phone for hours. I mean, typical teenage behavior, you know. So we had gotten close. We would see each other. But my mind was not set on finding a good guy. Like, I didn't recognize a good guy. I was one of those girls who, like, was dysfunctional. I would date the bad boy, Like, if you ain't bad enough, or if you ain't giving me a hard time, mistreating me, or selling drugs, like, I didn't really have a strong attachment to you. Like, I did not, take you seriously, unfortunately. I know that's a story with a lot of people, but that's what it was. And then if you was too nice, just step all over you if you was too nice. Like, I'm not proud of that, but that's how I was at that age. And then I was cute. I was a lot smaller than I am now. Like, I had a cute shape. I didn't realize it then. I thought I was fat. I was like 160 pounds, which that was nice on me, but I just thought I wasn't happy with my body. I guess I forget what they call it, body dysmorphia or something like that. I definitely had that shit because I just saw a fat person when I looked in the mirror, but I wasn't fat. Yeah, so I attracted guys, boys. I attracted men very easily. Grown men. I attracted the R. Kellys, the guys my age, and like, I had no issue with that. But so when he transferred to my school, my ex was at that school, and he remembered the stories I told him about my ex. Honey, he punked him all. Like, there was an area where we caught the bus. Everybody waited to get on their bus to go home. He punked him in front of everybody. I mean, he gave this man hell. Okay? Hell in school. Like, he made him look like such a bitch in front of everybody. I'm like, and all on account of me? All on account of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave this man trouble on account of me. My ex did not fuck with me in any way. He used to kind of bully me. Like, after we broke up and he had got him a popular girlfriend or whatever, he kind of bullied me with these girls. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to drop their names, but so I'll call him Jay. So when Jay transferred over, he punked this man in front of everybody. So I'm gonna call him A. A was very silent and to himself after that. Like, he did not talk too much. You barely even seen this man at school anymore after that. And that made a big impression on me. I never forgot it. And I did not appreciate that energy when I was that age. But that man did not play about me. He even went for this nigga that I was no longer with. Really not having any kind of communication with this person. And he remembered what I told him about him, and he fucking had him on a fucking hit list when he got there. Like, nobody ever done that for me. Nobody has ever been for me like that, ever. So that has made a mark on me, and I think about that sometimes. But Jonathan had a mental illness. We would stay in contact with each other off and on, even after high school. So when we got back in contact with each other in our 20s, early 20s, he had schizophrenia, or he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia at that point, and he had moved up to Indianapolis. That's where he's from. And maybe I need to find another man from Indianapolis. But he was, Midwest. He was on some other shit. He was not like these dudes in South Carolina. He wasn't nothing like them. He had his own wave. And anyway, so he had got diagnosed with schizophrenia, and I could tell, like, when he was off, and then we started meeting up and being with each other for a brief time. But in my early 20s, I just was not. I wasn't right, yo. Mentally, I wasn't right, so I just still could not appreciate the good guy, the nice guy, no matter how he looked or whatever. But now he has a mental illness. Like, he was on all kind of medicines, and he wasn't working. I think was get disability, and because he was in the South, and then he had moved up to Indianapolis, and so I had got back in touch with him when he was up there. But I could tell when he was off his meds, he was talking to himself. He would be talking crazy. These late night phone calls. He would call me all the time. Like, he would call me all the time, all day long. Like, he just, unfortunately, mentally, he was kind of gone mentally. And then the medicine that he was on kept him feeling foggy. He said when he took the reason he would stay off the meds is because he didn't like how the medicine made him feel. So it would make him feel like he was in a cloud, he said, or like in a dream or something all day long. He just didn't like it. So he would be on these meds for these meds for schizophrenia and for sleeping, and he just was drugged up. He was drugged up. He was sick. Like, he really had gotten sick, and I wasn't there for him, and also I didn't feel like I could be there for him because he also was schizophrenic. I didn't want to deal with it. Him in his mental illness, I felt like it was too much for me. And him being schizophrenic, I wasn't sure if he was going to be violent or not. I wasn't sure if he would just stop taking his meds and not listen to me and stuff like that. And, I didn't know how that was going to go. But, eventually the relationship kind of just, we drifted apart from each other. We lost contact with each other. I was like, I don't know if I'm up for dealing with somebody like that. So we drifted apart. And then we get to, 2 years ago? 3 years ago, and I'm working at the hospital. I had a registration job that I worked at night. So I did third shift on weekends, and I worked at a ER. I worked at ER third shift as registration, and I knew his mom. She looked familiar. I wasn't quite sure of her name, and she looked familiar. And then when I saw her name and stuff, and because her husband, she was in the hospital because she was real sick, like critical. She couldn't speak to anybody. But her husband, he had came back to see her. He was a visitor, so I guess he had left and he was coming back to see her. And I forgot how I was like, yeah, I know Jonathan, yada yada. I was like, how you doing? And here's the twist. He said, oh yeah, he went to jail because he had molested or raped some little girl. It's like, what? Are you serious? That sounds nothing like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing like him. Like, I'm just so shocked that he would do something like that. But, also he's got that mental illness. I don't know what kind of mental state he was in at that point. It didn't sound like him, so, but like I said, he's got that mental illness. I don't know what kind of mental state he was in to do something like that to a little girl. So after that, I had looked up his name, and no doubt, like, it was a whole, news report on him and what he had went to jail for. I was like, damn, that was horrible. It was horrible. The fuck made him do something like that? I mean, I know it was the mental illness. He was out of his mind at some point. He wasn't even in Indianapolis. He was in in North Carolina somewhere. But yeah, that's my story with my Leo. I've only dated or been kind of serious with one Leo in my life. I know of one other Leo, but he was with someone else. And, you know, he had the same very big personality type, very still the show type of personality as a man. I don't hate the Leo men. I don't. Jay, he had a mental thing going on, but I would definitely date another Leo guy. They're very protective. They're very strong and they seem self-assured. And I like the energy that they bring, and they're very seems to be compatible with me. And I'm a very laid back person. I'm kind of quiet. I'm mellow, and it don't bother them. Like, they probably like that shit, so they could be front stage. They could be front stage all they want to. I don't want the front stage. I don't want the stage at all. But yeah, that was my experience with the Leo. That's all I have today. What are your experience with Leos? Do you like them? Do you like dating them? What's your experience? Put it down in the comment section below. I'll catch y'all again in another video. Bye.